Okay, this particular video we're going to have a look at the more severe conditions that can affect troops, like high levels of fatigue and demoralisation and exhaustion. Not demoralisation, disorganisation and exhaustion. I haven't got any demoralisation at this stage. I've already removed all the fatigue level 1 and 2s, which aren't affected by exhaustion and demoralisation. And we actually did an entrenchment action on a unit with 0 fatigue at the top there. So let's have a look at the rules that we've got for recovery. Right, units of fatigue levels 0 and 1 may be affected follows. Units of fatigue level 0 with disorganised strength markers have them flipped over to their organised side, exception if the unit has a demoralisation 2. Okay, the demoralisation 2 is pretty severe. You can't really do anything apart from flip over to demoralisation 1. So force 3, you can see force 3 is disorganised, and force 1 is also disorganised. So look at the counters, the unit counters, it says disorg on them. So I'm going to flip these over to make them organised, because the Union force has a fatigue level of 0 and the Confederate force has a fatigue level of 1. The only other unit that is disorganised the only other units that are disorganised, you just have to excuse me there, are ones which have got severe fatigue, 3s and 4s, so they don't apply for that particular rule. Then it goes, units of fatigue level 0 and 1, which on the exhausted sides are flipped over to their normal sides, exception of an exhausted unit has a demoralisation of 2. So yet again, these units here, they've got exhausted leaders. So we have a look at that. See the leaders are exhausted, so on the back side they've got a white bar across them, so they get flipped back to their normal side. Next rule is units with 0 or 1 fatigue with demoralisation 1s have the marker removed. If they're 0 or 1 with demoralisation 2, it flips over to demoralisation 1. None of that's applicable in this term. Right. Next we have to have a look at units with fatigue level 3 and 4. They flip over to their exhausted side, except if they're already on the exhausted side, and then they don't have any worse effects. So we've got this Union Force 2 here, who is disorganised, but he's not exhausted, but he's effectively going to be flipped over to his exhausted side. Okay, next rule is units at 3 and 4. We've just done that. The fifth one, all units at fatigue level 1 or more lose 3 levels of fatigue. Right, I've already done this for all the 2s. So the 3s, the remaining 3s and that one over there, which I've already discussed. So the net effect of that is to leave some units that were at fatigue level 4 have dropped to fatigue level 1, but everyone else has cleared their fatigue. And that is the end of the recovery go.